Go Blue, everyone. Sherrone Moore's recruiting bonanza next on Michigan Wolverines Live.
You guys should check out the Michigan Wolverine Live. They're out here doing great things, doing great podcasts, great live shows. They're really just doing their thing, help them blow up.
And thanks for joining us for another episode of Michigan Wolverines Live. It's Tuesday, June 25th, 2024, the 154th episode of the show. My name's John Diadamo, and I'm going to take you through the next hour or so. I do want to remind everybody, please consider hitting that like button. It's free. It just takes a second. We're also in a certain contest right now, and without further ado, I want to bring these guys straight on so we can all talk about it. We want to start with the host of our Thursday night call-in show and co-host of this show. We got TJ Ronan in the house. TJ, go Blue.
What's up, bro? Go Blue. What's up, John? All right, bring them on.
Must I have to say, long overdue. There it is. Look at that.
It's beautiful, man. It's finally. It only took like 2 months to get the face on the thumbnail and actually be a legitimate show these days, huh?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And we also have, of course, Ferris Khan, who runs Smash the Numbers for us and shows up on this show and others. Ferris, go Blue. Welcome back.
Muted, my friend. Muted.
Sorry. Go Blue. I am wearing the hat. Bull will win hat today. That's the hat that he wore. I am wearing a shirt, though. He wasn't wearing a shirt. I'm wearing a shirt.
Yeah, he was shirtless in that. Yeah, he was.
Speaking of the bull, here he is. Go Blue. How about that? Y'all, before we even do anything, we have 2 new YouTube members. We'll get to the I know we got to do the graphic, but I'm very excited about this.
Bro. Yeah, nice.
How about
Thank you.
Tom Bouchard for becoming a member of the Those Who Stay tier, which
Loyal
means
Tom,
tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, Tom is invited to our YouTube monthly member hangout that we're doing, and Justin as well. Both of them have joined Those Who Stay tier, so they can be a part of the hangout tomorrow night. We're going to probably shoot the shit, talk recruiting, and watch a little bit of the 2023 Rose Bowl highlights and relive that. So very exciting.
Absolutely. Also, let's just get familiar with everybody. I want to get to know everybody, build a rapport, understand, and also get some feedback. What do you guys want to see? What do you like? What do you think? You guys think? We got a new Twitch channel, which I'm sure we're going to talk about. We have a Twitch channel. Maybe you guys want to throw some ideas at us. What we're going to do there? We've been brainstorming with the new game coming out. Me and Ferris have been kind of putting the pen to the pad on that one, just figuring out what we want to do with it. And really looking forward to tomorrow. It's tomorrow at 8, right, John?
That's right.
Yep, that'd be a good time. And thank you, Tom and Justin. Thank you, Tom. You've been a very loyal member. You've called in. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Justin.
Absolutely. And we thank both of you for joining right off the top. And if anybody else wants to join the party and join us tomorrow night, anybody at Those Who Stay tier and higher get in. So there's the link again to check that out. Also, you get priority in the comp. So if you post something and we have a chance, guess what? You're going to get your comment posted just like that. We give priority to YouTube members like Nick and Justin and Moose and everybody.
Yeah,
Moose.
Big Moose has been debating me lately, bro. Big Moose has been challenging me in the
yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all love. Me and Moose were good.
In addition to all of that, y'all, we have been blowing up in terms of subscribers. We are getting closer now to catching Ohio State's channel. So check that out.
We are unveiling the Kenneth Grant OSU Chase Down Tracker. OSU is the second. For anyone new, we gained a bunch of subscribers over the weekend. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Shout out to everybody that's watching for the first time. Also following us on the socials. I think we all got a big bump this weekend. But we are, for those who don't know, we are part of the Voice of College Football Network. OSU is the second largest channel in the network. We are third. We are going for the number one spot, but you got to take down number two. And right now, we are 970 subscribers away from Ohio State. So anyone watching, we've seen the analytics. About 40% of our viewers are unsubscribed. You can like and subscribe and hit that bell for our videos. We greatly appreciate it because we are coming for Ryan Day's ass. Bet on that.
Yeah, I mean, you look at Ryan Day. He does look sad. He looks dejected. And he's just about to be smashed by Kenneth Grant. We only have 900. And now the OSU channel is older than our channel. So just to kind of, it wasn't like we were losing or whatever. They had a channel for a while and then we came on board. So it would really mean something to just put them in the rearview mirror.
Absolutely.
After tackling them.
Have to lay them out. Let them know. And then we're coming from Miami after that. So Miami better watch out.
We're
so
coming
Miami
for you.
Is the biggest channel in the network. We're the third biggest channel.
Yeah.
Right now.
We're the all-time wins leader in college football. We need to be the all-time subscriber leader in the Voice of College Football. That's just where it is.
We got big goals and big dreams, and it's very exciting to see things happen. So we really appreciate everybody who watches, hits the like button, subscribes, is a YouTube member. We just got, this might be the first Twitch comment ever. Where is that now? I lost it. We have a Twitch comment.
Shout out to you.
LFG, he said, Rolla. So we got somebody viewing on Twitch. Thank you for that. We are now broadcasting not just on YouTube, not just on Twix, but on Twitch as of a couple of weeks ago. So there it is.
Hell yeah.
Blowing up.
That's a nice little, that's nice, man, because we just built it. We're looking forward to really expanding that channel. We have some ideas, like I mentioned earlier, but to finally get some feedback on there. If any of you guys have Twitch, please give us a follow. We're trying to get to 50. 50 is our benchmark or our first milestone for Twitch, so we can unlock some things for the channel. We just, again, boys, I told you, and anyone who's been following along, all of our loyal viewers and our moderators, shout out to the moderators and everyone who contributes to the channel as a community in the comments. It's good talking with everybody. We are climbing the mountain. And not only are we climbing the mountain, you guys are climbing the mountain with us, and we greatly appreciate it. And we're only going to keep going. We got 2 months until the season kicks off. Let's build this bitch. Let's go.
Yeah, and one more thing before we get to all the content that you're here to see. Cam Cameron, also a member now of the Those Who Stay tier.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Cam.
For real.
So you're invited tomorrow night to the YouTube monthly member hangout. We're going to be meeting everybody. It's going to be great. And you might notice if you refresh that you now have emojis. So everybody who just joined, you now get access to the emojis, the Ohio State score emoji, the Connor Stalions emoji, the various Michigan ones. So enjoy that too while you're watching the show.
If you find any OSU trolls, just throw some emojis at them, let them know the deal.
Yeah,
let them know where they are.
That score one is the perfect one. That'll just make anybody quiet.
And now there's the smash from Sherrone Moore. So there it is. Thanks, Cam, so much. Okay, without further ado, it's time to talk about Sherrone's recruiting bonanza. So this is huge, and look, we've been saying just give it some time. Take a deep breath, go take a run, go have a beverage, and just wait, because Michigan heats up in June. And TJ, Michigan heated up in June a little bit. And how about this one from Tony Alford? I thought Tony Alford couldn't recruit, TJ. Well, how about this one?
Yeah, I mean, Tony Alford going in his bag in the sense of bringing somebody he had a former relationship with from Ohio State, his Ohio State days, bringing in a former elite premier running back who was previously, after his freshman year, regarded as like the next 5-star running back. He had a bit of a down sophomore year, and then unfortunately went through his ACL injury. But the update on that injury is he is 95% healthy, and he's already cleared to begin training. He did work out for Michigan. Michigan is comfortable with him. And as you can see in the video, listen, this kid is, in terms of physical stature and build, I mean, he is built for it. He's almost, I mean, he's not college ready, but he has you could tell he has the frame where he is going to be a very sound back at the college level. He just is going to, obviously, the senior year, and John, I don't even know if I discussed this with you guys yet, but me and the commenters over the videos I threw out this weekend have decided that during the regular season, either weekly or bi-weekly, I will be giving updates on all of our committed prospects, their progress, what's going on, and what the intel is there. So we'll be doing that. Look for that at the start of the high school football season. We'll start kicking that off. But this will be a player we will be focusing on because he is a buy low, high upside player. Because what happened is all of his not all, but a lot of the top teams that were after him, and look at his stature there. Like if you just look at his glutes and say, like, the kid's just built, man. Very strong player. But what happened is some teams cooled after the ACL injury because they wanted to see how he responded from the injury. Tony Alford in Michigan said, listen, we got Jasper Parker. Let's get him in here and let's build this running back room. Because you also have to remember last year's recruiting class, Jordan Marshall and friend of the show, Micah Capana, are in that class. So the running back room is healthy. It's in a good place. And, I got a little flack on my commitment video saying that I didn't know what I was seeing. I was simply stating his freshman year had a higher quality of play. His sophomore year had a bit of a dip, and then he had an injury. We are in observation mode. I do think he's going to be a good prospect for the program. I am looking forward to watching him his senior year.
All right. Well, I listened to this. I listened to your video, TJ. Where would you put it? Is he a top 10 running back? Let's put it that way. Is he in the top 10 in your mind?
No, he's not right now because of his down year after sophomore year, and the problem is we don't have junior film, so we can't compare his play. His freshman year wasn't even at IMG; it was at another school. So we have to see how he responds. Yeah, he says he feels good. He says his leg's doing good. He's cleared to run and all this stuff. So I'm excited, man. I mean, I think he is a hell of an athlete. We just got to see it now translate his senior year. And I'll tell you this too, guys, be on the lookout, but I think we're good. If he has a big year this year, teams are going to be calling, okay? They're going to be calling, and they're going to be dropping McDonald's bags. But I do think because we got in early and we secured that relationship, I think we're going to be okay, but we'll see. Because we're going to have some updates later in the recruiting segment where, money seems to be a game changer. So we'll talk about that as we go.
Yeah, and very good point about the depth from the 2024 recruiting class as well. We're going to release a video tomorrow morning. I'm going to release a video on Smash the Numbers that really goes into all of the recruits that TJ is talking about and how they impact the depth chart. And running back position, we are in good shape. We obviously Donovan Edwards is leaving. Khalil Mullings is a senior, redshirt senior. So, there will be turnover in that position, but we have a new crop coming in.
Exactly. Yeah, and you got your Ben Hall, you got your Cole Cabana, you got obviously the kids we just talked about. So it's a good stable of room. We got a bright outlook in the running back class or in the running back room.
Yeah. So and for, by the way, anybody who wants to really dive into each of these recruits, TJ over the weekend, and as they've been announced, has released a one-off video on each of them. So you can really look at some of the film. You can, this guy, for example, his freshman year film looked pretty good, right? He was making some good moves there. He was looking great. Probably 5-star talent at that point.
Yes.
And with the injury, it went down a bit. So it remains to be seen. But I'm glad Tony Alford got him in, and he had to look. This wasn't like a walk in the park either. He had offers from Bama, he had offers from Georgia, he had offers from Ohio State, from Tennessee. These are major NIL powers and SEC and Big Ten schools that Michigan had to beat for this recruit.
Yeah, but I do want to stress these teams wanted to see him senior year. They cooled a little bit. They pulled back. So Michigan worked him out. Like, that has to be stressed. Michigan has worked him out. They are happy with what they see, which is why they made him a take. So that's what it is. They want to get in early because they understand if he does boom his senior year, we could be looking at a top 100 type player. Like, that's the upside here. This is a buy low, high ROI type of player.
Real quick before we move on, I did want to just say hi to Maze Madmen. So I don't know if anybody's. Yeah, we got a celebrity in here. Anybody who's been watching the Michigan YouTube, this guy's got a great show. So we really appreciate you stopping by a lot. Yeah, so thank you for that.
He puts in work.
He really does. Game recognized game. So hey. So I was about to fire off on Ron Bellamy. People were excited for that. I hate to disappoint, but I'm easing up a bit. Okay. This was great. 4-star wide receiver Jacob Washington commits to Michigan. TJ, what does this mean for I mean, walk us through Jacob Washington and like what he brings to the table.
Yeah, so this is our X-type wide receiver. I mean, listen, I love this kid. Okay, so we lost Porter to OSU. We mentioned this. See, this is what I like, everyone who follows our show, they know this. We're on top of this. We talked about this kid about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Jacob Washington, keep your eye on. This is the X wide receiver to watch, and we got him. Plays at the same high school as Jasper Parker. This kid can take the top off the defense. Look at his length. Look at his size. Extremely athletic player. Runs a 4.4 to 6.3. I mean, look at him, like, he makes it look easy. And if you watch the videos I made in terms on the recruiting or the prospect breakdowns, you can see he makes it look easy, which is good. That's a good problem. And then he's a very patient, high IQ player, hands catcher.
With that separation.
Exactly. That's what I mean. He has a great burst. He has a great get out, from his stance. I mean, he just is an extremely good player. The thing for him, and like most kids, he's got to get in the weight room. He's got to get his size up, and that's going to happen, right? Because you got to be able to, if you can't run block, no rock, right? So that's how it kind of works. You got to build up, and he'll get there. Like, this is a very good player, guys. Definitely a name to know. Definitely a kid to be looking. And I mentioned this in the video. This is going to be your Carter Smith, Brady Hart, connection. Like, that's what we're looking at here. This is the future Carter Smith, Brady Hart connection right here. So. Great get. Very happy with this addition to the class. Very happy.
Yeah, and we really needed, I talked about the kind of the depth at the running back position in terms of the number of recruits. We haven't been getting that many. I know there may be some other ones that we're talking about in a few minutes here, but we haven't been getting that many wide receivers. And I kind of have a line. It's just when you watch my thing tomorrow, you'll see kind of like this dotted line. And are they above the line or below the line? If they're below the line, maybe they're close, but they haven't come on board with Michigan yet. They're not a hard commit. So we need to move some of these wide receivers above the line. Very happy to get Jacob Washington into the fold. We've got Lamarion Stewart, Channing Goodwin, in the 2024 class, so that's good as well. Just a question for TJ, in terms of he is a 4-star, but he is kind of like a mid 4-star. Do you think he's ahead of his rating?
Yeah. No, I think he's properly ranked. And the reason why is because, but I mean, he's good. Like, listen, there's going to be kids in the top 300 who are going to freaking bomb out. Like, I just think where he is in terms of athletically, in terms of his size, like, obviously, I'm not talking about height. I'm talking about weight and stuff. Like, he has to pack on some muscle. That's going to be a big thing for him. But I think around 300, I believe, is where he is in the composite. That's about right for me. I don't have any issue with it. This isn't a player where I'm like, the rating is not meeting the player. I'm happy with his rating. I see no issues with it. He's a very high upside player. I mean, don't get me wrong, though. Let me just stress this. He could outperform that rating, no problem. Like, this kid could be like a second round type wide receiver in the future. Okay, so like, you know, and I won't even put a ceiling on him. If he can pull off first round, you know, it can happen, right? But I'm just saying, like, this is a very, I fully expect this kid to be starting at the X position in about 2 to 3 years, possibly 3, because, you know, the way the portal is and things like that. But you will see him donning the maize and blue, and you will see him starting on Saturdays one day. He's a damn good player.
So this might be a controversial take that blows up the chat. He kind of reminds me of like Antonio Brown at CMU, or like you know, I think that the way that he moves, he's not just running the basic routes, right? He's not just doing like one jump here, one jump there. He is fooling these players at another level that reminds me of some of the moves that AB made early in his career. Again, that might be too much, but I do think that this is the X receiver that Michigan needed when Quincy Porter went to OSU.
So the thing about Antonio Brown is he wasn't 6'3". Antonio Brown was a smaller receiver. But for me, like, the thing that I don't see, like, so with Antonio Brown, you need yards after catch. I'm not seeing a lot of yards after catch play. I'm seeing a lot of deep routes or medium to deep routes. Like, and he's not like, you know, like, he'll get the ball, but he's not like making a bunch of dudes miss. He's literally just pulling away, you know, which obviously when you get to the D1 level, there's a lot of kids who are fast, right? So I mean, Antonio Brown would be the comp I would put out there. I don't have, you know, on the spot right now. I'd really have to think about it to give like my most like as accurate as I could. But I mean, for me, I wouldn't go Antonio Brown. I think they're different receivers. But yeah, I mean, I think, but I mean, regardless, man, I mean, the kid's going to be, he's a good addition to the class, man. Ron Bellamy, hey, good job. We're going to talk about you more. There might be some handwritten letters and some flowers sent your way, especially with some of the news we got coming.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I have a random one, you know, and we'll see what happens.
Hey, you can lead the Washington train just like the Fred Moore train, bro. It's all good. It's all good, man.
Absolutely. Before we move on to these wonderful, because there's a great story here, and I'm excited for us to tell it. But thank you to Super Genius for joining our leaders and best tier. Really appreciate that. Thanks for becoming a YouTube member, Super Genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
And man, enjoy the emojis.
Yeah, thanks for joining the community, man. Appreciate all of you, man. Like we just like launched the members about like 3 weeks ago, and we are just growing by the week, the show. So like it's great. I mean, it's so much fun because, like, you know, again, for all the new viewers, like where we are as a channel and where we are as a show, it's only the beginning. Like we have so much more planned, and some of it cannot be accomplished until the channel reaches certain levels in terms of revenue or other things. Because one thing we are trying to get to, and when I talked about this before, is there's going to come a point where we're going to be doing member giveaways, item giveaways. We got a couple other ideas in the hopper that we're working on. So like I just keep rocking with us and keep supporting us, and let's keep building this community. And I assure you, where we are now is not where we are going. So just shout out to everybody being a part of it.
Yeah, and we might talk more about Bellamy in the future. I said to everybody, I reserve the right to bring the topic back up. But I'm gonna put it on hold for a week, because this was a great pickup, and beating like 6'3". We needed a 6'3" bad. Like we needed somebody with some height. And I'm not saying he's, you know, top height, but at the very least gives you as the quarterback an option where the ball's not going to get batted, where you're not going to have to deal with that situation. You've got to, when you're looking at where you're going to throw the ball, it does help a little, you know, when you have the height advantage.
Yeah. I do have a question, but we have so many people that are itching for other players, particularly wide receivers, to get an update. Let's go to that first, and I'll kind of talk about the wide receiver position a little bit later.
Well, we do have some additional commits. So
Let's go.
TJ, how about Caden Strayhorn? How about that one?
So look, hey, we got a lot. You guys want recruiting? We got it. Okay, I'm hitting on everybody.
got you.
So don't worry. We're gonna get to them all. We're gonna hit these commits first because we got them out of the weekend. So we're gonna give them some spotlight right now. So Caden Strayhorn is nasty, bro. Is nasty. His dad was nasty, former defensive lineman for Michigan State legacy. You love to see him come to Michigan. I'm a big fan. So this Ferris is a player where the rating does not meet the player. And unfortunately, this kid only has clips and not full season highlights. So we're not going to show it because they're only like 45 seconds to a minute clips. But the reality of the situation, this kid is a top 2 center in the nation. This is largely agreed upon by like the analysts. He himself even claims to be the number 1 center in the nation, but like literally, this is last year we had Jake Guerrera. This year we got Strayhorn. The center position, again, another position where it looks strong for the long-term future. He is nasty, guys. Like, this kid plays with freaking attitude, and that is what we love with a smash. We got the smash offensive line, bro. And I just, like, you'll see right here. This is from one game. This is when he was at Detroit Catholic Central, I think. But you'll see him, like, every play he's just throwing. Oh, this is IMG, so you got some IMG film. He was previously from Detroit Catholic Central, and then he transferred to IMG. But yeah, this kid, he just plays nasty. Like, he plays after the whistle. It's some FU shit. Like, I'm just gonna be real with you. Like, you want to get pumped up, watch this kid's.
It's a Michigan. Look at that. Oh my God, that's like WWE.
Dude, he's nasty. He's just a nasty player, bro. And we love it. Like, shout out, bro. Like, Michigan has like a culture and has an identity, and you better be a dog, bro. If you're not a dog, you're not fitting in. And if you're not willing to work hard, you're not blue collar, it's not happening. And that's the difference. Like, you got some of these some people are like, oh, star chasing and this, and this. But like, some of these kids are freaking divas. Some of these kids are drama. Some of these kids don't want to work hard. It's not for Michigan. That's the culture that, everyone says the Michigan culture. The Michigan culture is we put in work and we'll knock you out.
He's flipping more defenders than the House of Pancakes.
Well, you took my joke because I was about to say this is getting me hungry. I want to go to First Watch. I get the double pancake and kind of share it. The double pancake with chocolate chips. That's what got me.
I'm an IHOP guy, to be real with you, though. Give me some IHOP.
Yeah, and let's go back to the legacy there. I believe his dad was on the broadcast team, right, for MSU?
Yeah, I believe he still is a part of the broadcast team for MSU. So that's funny. Ha, take that. And let's also give a shout out to Avery Gash, who's also a MSU legacy. We now have 2 committed offensive linemen who are MSU legacies. So if that doesn't tell you about your state of the program, Spartans, I don't know what else will. You're not even getting the legacies. Like, it's just, although, it's a shame. I was telling John, and I brought this up before, we get a lot of Buckeyes in the comments. We do not get a lot of Spartans, dude. Like, we do not. I want more Spartans. It'd be fun. It'd be nice to have some reasonable Spartans, but
yeah,
I think those might be even rarer these days. I don't know. Or they're just in hiding, which I guess, we understand. We get it.
That's fair.
It's hard out here, man.
We've got House of Pancakes, Western Omelet. I do get the kale smoothie to kind of balance out the chocolate chip pancake sometimes there. So at First Watch. First Watch is my place. So
I'm gonna have to try the pancakes at First Watch, bro. They
are good. Have you for a time there was the lemon ricotta.
Oh yes, I think they have that still. Yeah,
lemon ricotta was great. If they still have it, I'm gonna have to go back next time and get those again. Nick, YouTube member Nick Sparty is dead. I won't report on what based on some of the reporting that I've been reading on the various things. Even the coaches, weren't really feeling good versus Michigan and others for recruiting. But maybe we'll report more on that when we have 2 or 3 sources backing it up. But apparently, they weren't feeling very confident, Coach Smith and that team. So. Maybe you're right, Nick. Maybe they're dead.
TJ, I'm going to go ahead and just ask my question because it was about the wide receivers. Yeah. But you were kind of talking about the fit for Michigan. In the evaluation and ratings for wide receivers, how much do they factor in blocking, for example?
Good question.
Is that a factor, or
it's way more athletic testing, and this is why, like, not really, man. Like, that's a great question, Ferris, because so what they do is they do these like Under Armour, Adidas camps, and Nike camps, right? And they just get these kids' testing numbers, and then what they do is they do look at the game film, but they also then look at their production, and then they generate the ratings. And like, here's the thing that frustrates me the most about the rating system, and I brought it up before. The rating system is based on NFL potential, not college. And that's bullshit, in my opinion. You should be rating these kids on what you think they're going to be like in college, but they're not. They're rating these kids on when they think they're going to be drafted. So anyone who's not familiar with this, if a kid's a 5-star, they're projecting him to be a first-round draft pick. If he's in the top 100, they're projecting him to be a day 2 draft pick. This is how they do it, and it's wrong in my opinion. Like, so the athletic kids, even if they're not good, there could be better football players. And again, they're like, how does Michigan do this? Because here's why. You can be a better football player, but if you're not some Olympic track star, you're not getting that top. Not every player. This isn't for not everyone falls in that bucket, but there are kids who are more athletic than good, who are higher rated. That is the problem with the rating system.
Okay, one other quick follow-up question. I notice, and maybe it's just my perception, sometimes the ratings go up when OSU takes a player, or maybe Alabama takes a player, whatever. Yeah. Does that happen with Michigan? It doesn't seem like it happens with Michigan as much. Is that?
I mean, so there's some theories out there that Michigan gets a dip all the time, and like, I'll give you a great one. Jordan Marshall last year. Jordan Marshall fell in the rankings. Brady Prescorn fell in the rankings last year. Brady Prescorn, tight end freak, arguably the best tight end in the nation last year. He fell out of the top 100 because you know why? He stopped going to those camps. He didn't go to any camps in the summer. Once he committed to Michigan, he shut everything down, didn't want to do anything with it. He had some personal things he was going through. Nothing, just family things. And then Jordan Marshall, the same thing. Jordan Marshall only got faster. He ran sub-11 in 100 meters. He only became a better player. Played great last year, his senior year, and still dropped in the ratings. So I don't know. I mean, sometimes I don't know. It seems like certain schools seem to do get a rating bump. I don't know why that is. And it doesn't make sense either, because when it comes to these platforms, when they're rating systems, some of their largest brands are Michigan. So you would think it would suit them to have, for revenue purposes, to, I don't know, like, obviously we don't want anyone fluffing ratings up, but some of the players who are dropping, like Jordan Marshall, Brady Prescorn, and there's been others, like, it does not add up. These kids are legit. So I don't know. I mean, it's something, it's a theory that's out there, Ferris, that certain schools do get rating bumps, like Notre Dame. Notre Dame's one. Penn State is one that people talk about. For some reason, these kids jump. But, whatever, man. It is what it is. The rating system is not a science. It is definitely flawed.
That is very true. And I think even with this next one, move over Kentucky, move over LSU, move over Tennessee, move over USC. Sorry, Tim. Chase Taylor also just committed to Michigan. It has been quite the couple of days for the program.
Dude, this is my guy right here, bro. Chase Taylor. I love this player. Like, I love this player, bro. Like, I really,
nice.
As you know, if you could see in the video, the recruiting breakdown I did at Chase Taylor, I am excited for Chase Taylor. I believe in this player. He's going to be my Cole Sullivan of the class this year. I just think this kid will be, and you will see, a dog. And I put that in the title. He is a certified dog. If I put certain things in the titles, it's because that's really what I believe. I'm not trying to hype anything. I'm not trying to oversell anything. This is my observations. Some people will like him. Some people won't like him, but I'm going to do what I do. That's just what it's going to be. So, but I mean, I don't even care. I don't care if he's ranked in the 500s. Look at his film, bro. This kid is legit. This is our will linebacker of the future. He is the lowest rated prospect in the class. And if you just watch his film, this is another one, Ferris, where the ratings do not meet the player. This is a top 300 player. I'd probably put him around 250 to 275 is where I would have him. I would rank him. He's a very good player. So whatever. Hey, Michigan's gained. Everyone else has lost. They can suck it. I don't even care. Like, it's one of those things where, all you got to do is put the tape on. And I'm just glad we have a coaching staff that has that approach, because that's what matters for Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of this
go.
is right fit as well. You know, hopefully this is a really good fit. I am enjoying the OSU fan thinking that we're crying over ratings.
Yes.
You know, Michigan beat OSU and won the Big Ten, and then they did it again, and then they did it again, and then they won the national title with players that were rated lower. So either the ratings, or it might be a combination of both, Either the ratings were a little bit or a lot off on some of these players, and or Michigan can develop players OSU can't. So, I mean, I think that's the bottom line.
Yeah, they can't handle that, though. The weather, Ferris. It's the weather, bro. It's the weather.
Well, I mean,
or it's the quarterback, Kyle McCord.
Honda, McCord, and Connor Stalions. That's why they lost.
Yeah, wait till Will Howard's the next scapegoat. They got excuses.
And it was five. It was just 5 plays in 22. It was just 5 plays. That's all.
Yeah. I remember, you know, when the Tigers were not winning the World Series, but they had an awesome team, and if it wasn't for those 5 home runs, they would have won the World Series. So. Big Poppy and some other ones, right? So
that's great. Yeah,
hey,
the flu.
Better look next year.
And of course Nick coming in as he always does in the clutch here. With his, he is a YouTube member, and he gave us a super chat. This clearly means Ohio commits are fake 5 stars. Wow. Well, in some cases, I think that's true.
There's some validity to some of that. Some of those players are not. They definitely do not develop at. I mean, look at Zach Marshall. How'd that go? Or Zach Harrison. How'd that go? Remember that one? That was a Michigan Ohio State battle. What round did he get drafted?
Kidding.
How'd that go? Yeah, he didn't perform very well. Another 5-star, top 10 player in the nation. Yeah, Larry Johnson's doing a great job.
Just a little shout out to Nick. I love the way he hacks this the system. Puts in the $1.99 super chat. Feel free. Anyone who wants to do that, we'll read it. Mm-hmm. It's like the value meal version of super chat.
Hey, McDoubles are great. Okay, they're delicious. I have been trying to completely cut that out, and you know I've lost about 20-25 pounds at this point. But every once in a while, just drive right in, get a McDouble. So Nick, I'm with you there. I'm with you.
Bro, in college, the dollar menu was the shit, bro. Like the things you can get for $5 when the dollar menu was like popping, bro. Like that was A1. A1.
Now your only option is Costco hot dog with the drink.
Hey, those are good hot dogs, though.
It's true. Just a quick reminder, help Mark out in Voice College Football Network. When you're doing your shopping on Amazon, go ahead and hit the link on any video in the Voice of College Football Network, and you can get Mark Rogers a couple of bucks, help support everything that we're doing. We also do have a merch store you can check out, and there is Michigan gear, so you can, for example, cheers to the Michigan Wolverines in the recent national championship, everything else. So go ahead and check that out if you'd like, and get yourself some merch. There's also 3 pages of Voice of College Football and top 25 that actually makes sense, and all of that good stuff. And Nick, it is the highest compliment. McDoubles are fucking bomb. It's a compliment. No, we love you, Nick. We love you.
Hey, John,
all right.
Super quick tip. Just take the top bun off of it. If it's still reasonably okay, you're getting two patties that way, and cutting down the carbs a bit.
Oh, so you're saying like a hack? I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
One less bun. Okay.
I just go extra mustard, get a little extra zing in there, maybe some extra onions. I like the flavor, Okay, so with these 4 recruits, and also just some of the other commits that Michigan's been stacking up recently, it kind of brings us to a larger question about what has changed, because clearly something has. Michigan has now, on multiple occasions, defeated traditionally very powerful NIL programs for some of these commits. So there can't just be one thing. Everybody's pointing to one thing that this is about, but it's kind of a puzzle, right? So TJ, as the recruiting guy here, what would you say is one of or some of the factors behind what's been changing?
I don't think it's a puzzle at all. I think it's quite clear, and I think if anyone who's been watching the Voice of College Football knows what it is, it's not just NIL, which we'll talk about, but it's the whole, like we talked about. We've been talking about this. We've had you, anyone who's into recruiting, we have had you all the way from about March, all the way from portal players. We had all that from the NIL evolution, which was over 3 weeks ago before official visits even started. We had that. People doubted us. We had that. We told you it was coming. We told you it was unified. We told you it was improved. We had that. And then I told you what players were locking in. I told you the direction most of this is gone. I've been pretty damn accurate about everything. I do have a miss coming, which sucks, and we'll get into that later. But the point is, what has happened and why we are evolving, why we are a more aggressive, a top 10 recruiting program in the nation right now, because right now we are 15. We will be moving up closer in the next few weeks, especially from now until early July, which I'll have more on that as we go. NIL is definitely improved. This has made us competitive, but it's not just that. What it is it is a improved doubling of the recruiting department. Okay, he has doubled the recruiting department. There's over 20 people in the recruiting department staff. Also bringing in Aaron Dunston. Has anyone noticed the change in approach in one official visits to the graphics in terms of like the photo shoots that the players are now doing ever since she's been hired? I mean, it's already at an elite premium level. Like what Sherrone has done is he has now made the recruiting department and the entire philosophy and strategy, along with the NIL, along with the regents, along with President Santo, who spearheaded this, by the way. I've been told that he was the driving, like not the, but he was one of the most vocal driving forces in getting Michigan more competitive through NIL advancement. So, when you add all these things together, we now have a top 10 recruiting strategy right now in college football. I mean, are there teams that are going to outbid us? Yes. We are not the highest bidder. We're not. And listen, there's a player we're going to talk about where this is the case. We also saw this with Marquise Davis with Kentucky. We will not highest bidder anybody, but what we will do is be competitive. And here's the thing too. We do not offer the same. Some players will get more than others. Okay. This has been confirmed. I know this, and some players do get offered more than others. There are some kids they're willing to do more for, and but we are now a game player. Now, again, there are going to be players. There are going to be kids who are going to take the highest offer, and it is what it is. And guess what? Those kids are not Michigan kids because, and I don't want to say all of them because this isn't true, but a large group of those kids will be leaving anyways in the portal because guess what? They got agents, and their agents are going to be talking to teams and programs every single year to increase their damn payout. It's just going to happen. So the reality is Michigan's trying to build a strong foundation, strong culture while being competitive. And we are now seeing it. We are now moving into, and I know I'm running with us, a top 10 class for 2025. And last thing I'll say on this, and Ferris, take it, 2026 is going to be better. I'm going to let you guys know this right now. They are already strategizing for 2026. And Brady Hart is going to be who will be visiting the barbecue at the Big House at the end of July, is going to be a big part of that. Just stay tuned, man. We will have you. Anything recruiting, we will have you. I promise that.
Yeah. It's first of all, Sherrone Moore had to adjust to becoming a CEO. And it took a while to get all the ducks in a row. Obviously, Santa Ono is supportive. And if you don't think Santa Ono has a part in this, then look at what's happening with USC and, the lack of alignment, maybe, or what is the importance of the football program to USC. They're not in alignment with that. Michigan was in that kind of situation in the past. Let's just put it that way, right? So, there's this spectrum of transactional versus transformational. And, that what Harbaugh used to say is that we are transformational, not transactional. Well, in that spectrum, we're not all the way to transactional like other schools might be, highest bidder, but we are not all the way we're just going to be transformational and you're just going to have to come to us. We're somewhere in between, right? So those are the things I think we are headed on the right track. It took Sherrone Moore a little while, but I'm just amazed by what he has been able to do in a relatively short time. Being a top 15 class, maybe top 10 class in year one after everyone left is a big deal. I mean, I think I think he's accomplished a lot.
Agreed.
Yeah, look, I mean, and TJ, you alluded to it. I think that there was one comment that that I loved, and it was from Old Timer, and he said, "The people, the people, the people." I love that because that covers so much, right? It covers Aaron Dunstan doing this, and having now recruits are including concepts from their shoots into their committed pictures, right? And like these iconic things are getting included in their committed pictures. That's a big deal. When it was the boring ass shit from 3 weeks ago, they weren't doing that. The culture of who's around, everywhere from Sherrone Moore being more aggressive than Jim Harbaugh was, more willing to close than Jim Harbaugh did. We love Jim Harbaugh. Got him back there. Always will have that picture. But let's face it, Sherrone Moore focuses on closing more, right? And that trickles down to everybody in the program and the culture that he's like, thank the Lord that Sherrone Moore was selected as head coach. Let me just say that, because otherwise none of this would be happening. None of this would be happening, right? It would be a wholesale complete switch up of everything in the program. And Sherrone Moore stayed. He said those who stay will be champions. And some of the offensive staff stayed. They went and they got Wink Martindale, the godfather of the Ravens defensive system, or at the very least the guy. Because I had a Ravens fan debate me on that. I'm like, okay, the guy who taught Jesse Minner and Mike McDonald how to run it.
He's the architect of this exact defense. Anyone who runs this defense says this is Wink Martindale's defense. He is the
Wink Martindale.
Yeah, he is the one who developed this system when he was at the Ravens, and then everyone learned from it. So no, he is the OG. He is the godfather of the defensive system. And also Lou Esposito, who's crushing on the defensive line recruiting. It is the people. He has a good staff. The recruiting department, as we said, is doubled. The NIL is evolved. Sherrone completely overhauled our entire recruiting philosophy and strategy, and he did it in about 2 months. And shout out to Sean McGee, shout out to Jared Wagner, Sean McGee, the general manager, who's a major player with these recruits, by the way. He's meeting with each of them, okay, just so you guys know. And then Jared Wagner, who heads Champion Circle Collective, who's putting in mad work. And I don't know if you guys saw this today. It's on topic, but off topic. Did you guys see the comments from Dusty May about NIL?
I did not.
It just released. It just can't, it just is available. So he wants to be the #1 NIL program in the Big Ten. That is his goal.
Okay.
So what does that tell you? Dude, they're going
for Ohio State.
Well, yeah, but then you also got Oregon these days. Oregon's out there. But still though, again, the boys are hungry. Here's what I love about our collectives. They say it's good, but it's not good enough. They say this all the time. If you ever read their quotes or they talk about it, shout out and just keep going, and they will. I have no doubt that it's going to keep evolving. And plus, that marketing firm we talked about 3 weeks ago, John. So again, anyone who's new, Michigan's going to be bringing in a major marketing firm that hasn't even been publicly announced yet. So that's still to come, and they are going to be a big deal when they get announced. So, yeah, stay tuned to that. We will have that when that breaks.
Yeah, just a little note about Harbaugh and Sherrone Moore. So Harbaugh, no doubt, right now, is the best crossover football coach, crossover meaning college and pro, experience in both, success in both, of any current head coach, period. Right? So someone who has had success in both, any current head coach, period. Harbaugh is the best. What he was not great at was recruiting, and to the nth degree. And you can see that in, he was looking for a job, maybe NFL, or maybe there was negative recruiting, et cetera, for multiple years. And we had trouble in the quarterback position, for example. I'm just giving an example, of getting a top slotted player, maybe every year, like Carter Smith, Jaden Davis, et cetera. Right. So, so I think we're on track. I think Sherrone Moore is taking the recruiting for Michigan to the next level, something beyond Harbaugh. Doesn't mean he's a better coach overall, just that recruiting piece.
Yeah, no, I mean, all right. So you hit on a lot, Ferris, and like a lot of truth is you said a lot of truth. But like, so for example, Harbaugh had a very old school approach. One, he kept his recruiting department of like under 10 people, which is insane. Like that's not how power programs are running their recruiting department. Two, he had Matt Weiss as the quarterback coach, who was not a recruiter. He was just an X and O's guy. He came from the Baltimore Ravens, one of the Baltimore Ravens, transfers who came to Michigan. He was not a recruiter. He was actually, there were kids who said he was a terrible recruiter. Jaden Davis's dad was like, bro, you suck at this. Literally, publicly has said this. So Kirk Campbell is obviously a dog. Kirk Campbell puts in work. He's a great X and O's mind. So the recruiting department is expanded. Sherrone Moore meets with all of these families. Jim Harbaugh used to have his strategy was he doesn't meet with the players or really build a relationship with them until it's either closing time or if it's a really elite player. And then even then he'll like not be as close as other head coaches. Sherrone Moore is the complete opposite. He's spending time with every single player, regardless of like if they're a top 100 player or a top 500. Like Sherrone's putting in the work, man. Like he's hungry too. So, shout out, man. Like the boys are doing it right now.
He puts in the work, but he can't do everything. So he knows how to delegate properly as well. So it's that sweet spot.
Yeah, that's why he expanded that department. They're doing it, man. Like this is what we have wanted. Like we are where we want to be, guys. Like everyone watching, I know anyone who's followed recruiting for the last 3 years when NIL became legal, the delay from Michigan, the slow approach, the lack of strategy. We are finally caught up to competition. We are finally competing. The recruiting department is now matching or on the level of what we are seeing on the field, right? In terms of elite play, elite recruiting. Now, look, is there still another level for recruiting? Of course there is. And does Michigan want to do more? They do. And we're actually, as the weeks come on, we're going to have more on that because I know some intel about a goal by December. And I also know a strategy this summer to increase donations. And we will have that in the coming weeks. There's so much to talk about in this show. We can't get to it today. So stay tuned to the channel because we will have you covered. I guarantee that.
Just a quick clarification. Yes, there's Jimmy Johnson. There's Pete Carroll. I'm talking about current head coaches. Harbaugh is the best crossover current coach there is.
Facts.
Guys, we've got to give a very special shout out to Moose. Moose has just gifted 5 Those Who Stay memberships. So that is huge. I'm literally typing them in now as we speak. But thank you so much, Moose, for doing that. And a bunch of people are now exploring their new emojis and everything they can get.
Yeah, and like I want to make this public. I've already talked to Moose about this. He already knows, and I know John. I'm sure you had too. Our next emoji is in respect to Moose. Our next emoji will be a moose for Moose, who is probably the #1 super fan of not only the Michigan channel at the Voice of College Football, but maybe all of the Voice of College Football. I mean, he's our guy. We appreciate Moose. He's got our back. We got his back. And so when we reach the qualification, we may have already reached it, John. I don't know if the emoji is available. Maybe we can make it available for the show for Moose. But the next emoji is in dedication to the big homie Moose. Shout out, bro. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. And yes, it is. And
Right,
and I have
there you
just
go.
hit save and publish. So if people
Yep.
refresh, they will now have the moose emoji.
Hey, shout out to Moose. Anyone who wants to know, that's who it's for. That's our guy right there. We appreciate him. He's always supporting us, dude. And not even just like through financial contribution. Like he's just there. Like he's there to like DMs, Micah Kapana, like guest appearances, reaching out to people, supporting the channel, sharing our stuff, promoting. Like, we just appreciate you, man. Like, honestly, we appreciate it. And listen, there's a lot of you. A lot of you have been so complimentary. I mean, like John on X this weekend. How many compliments were we getting? People just shouting us out. We appreciate all of you. You guys have been awesome. This community is like, it's becoming really fun, really unique, and we're appreciating every step of the way. None of it's taken for granted, and we will remain mindful. We really will remain humble, and we're just going to keep putting in work and making it better for all of us.
Y'all, we still have a lot to get to. However, we do have more super chats. So we'll do the super chats real quick, and then we'll finish with recruiting because there's still more. Justin says, when OSU owned Michigan, they never won 3 straight Big Ten championships. I guess that is related to recruiting, because when have their top players been at, other than, wide receivers I think he means in recent years. Like back in the day when Urban was running the program, it was a little bit more spread out, but now it seems to be more wide receivers. Well,
look, they do recruit well at other positions. It's just some of these positions are not developing well, like offensive line or defensive line. They're like, or like they have like corners for like now their DBs are nasty this coming season. We'll pay our respects. I mean, Ohio State's gonna be pretty talented this year, but regardless, with the transfer help as well. But like the point is, there's been a lot of positions. I know like the linebacker play has been down. And they know it too. Like that's the thing too. If there's any Ohio State fans watching it, I look at your guys' message boards. I see your own comments amongst your own community. You guys are aware that there's an issue with development. You saw how many players have been drafted. Michigan's getting out drafted more than you the last few years. Look, you guys are a good program. We're talking about the elites right now. We're talking about the top of the food chain teams. But the reality is there's a lack of development. And that is why, you are seeing Ohio State not be supreme in the Big Ten right now. It's just you have elite wide receivers, but a lot of your other positions are lacking. And I think you would agree with it, especially with your Kyle McCord transfer.
Absolutely. Justin has another one here. I heard the M Power is big.
Yep.
With our recruiting.
M Power is another collective that's associated with Hail Impact. They are. Yep. So I am aware of some of their pursuits, but Champion Circle is the main collective, but Empower still has its Empower is very heavily involved with like setting kids up with like internships and opportunities, as well as some financial compensation too. It's not just that, but they're more of getting kids opportunities to meet compensation versus other means of benefits that the other collectives are giving. But Empower definitely. I mean, listen, shout out to Empower too. I think the whole collective basis as a whole is doing a great job right now. So they're all doing their thing. And shout out to, I want to give one more. Stadium in Maine. That's for the basketball program. They have put in some work. I'm aware of some of the things that they were able to do, especially even when Juwan Howard was there, and some of the efforts to pull money from donors. I mean, the collectives are putting in work, man. So like, just keep working, man. And then obviously when they do the crowdsourcing with those who stay fund and all that stuff, we do our best. And I'll say this right now. I want to come up with a way that we can somehow figure out a way that we can then donate to these collectives, like through our channel. Like we'll figure it out. That's an out loud idea that needs a lot of development and brainstorming. But I want to figure out a way that we can also give some type of donation to the collective. So that's on the back burner. I don't know when we'll launch it or when it'll come.
TJ, I'm just gonna say we have recorded, and it's sort of pending our video with a booster.
Right.
She asked us to wait until July. I just want to let everybody know about that. But just kind of a side note there, she does talk about this kind of stuff. So I just a little teaser there. We're gonna get it out in early July. We wanted to get it out sometime this week, but we are waiting. We're sort of embargoing it for the moment.
We're chilling.
Just wanna let everybody
Get
know
ready.
that.
Just get ready for new intel or
That's right.
additional intel. So
It's coming.
thank you to Michael Jones for the $5 super sticker and Blue Wolverine. I echo that. Thank you, Moose, for the memberships, paying it forward. Go Blue. Moose now has his emoji. We love Moose. Okay, all right. We took a bit of a detour. That's cool though. Thank you all for the love. Thank you all for the support.
Absolutely.
Lock it in. Let's lock it in.
Hey, all right, let's go.
Jones.
All right, man, here we go. I'm locking it in, bro. I'm locking Andrew Marsh in. I wanted to lock him in over the weekend, but again, we have the Tuesday show Tuesday, so it is what it is. Andrew Marsh, I'm locking that in. I am expecting, and this is where me and Moose have been debating. It's all love, brother. It's all good. I am expecting an August decision. There's a reason for that. I will keep some of that on the low for now. I will mention it in the coming weeks, why that's going to be the reason. But I'm locking Andrew Marsh in. It's looking really good. We lead. We crushed it. We did very well this official visit. And this is a major get. Another one for Ron Bellamy. If he can land this, and listen, guys, Oklahoma was the biggest challenger for us, for Andrew Marsh. And he skipped Oklahoma's official visit to come here. Okay, like that's just it's a major tell. And on top of that, the intel and the reports out of the official visit weekend, he just had a great time. Michigan did a wonderful job. So I'm locking that one in. We gotta wait. He is going to be making another visit to Michigan. He's going to be coming for the barbecue at the end of July. So that's awesome. Barbecue of July is going to be huge, by the way. We'll get into that as the weeks come on, but that's going to be a major weekend for not only this class, but 2026. And then, as I said, looking at a decision around in August. So that's my lock. We'll put them in there, and then we'll see how it goes. But I'm feeling good about it. And then Marco Jones. So the Marco Jones. So this is the one. This is the one I tease where there's no one has this prediction in right now. This is a Michigan USC Texas battle. I am locking it in. I am locking Marco Jones into the Michigan Wolverines. I am the first one to do it. It's not even about being that. It's not about like, oh, well, I'm first, that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because one, his USC visit was very underwhelming. That's one of our main competitors. And two, a lot of USC, there are people on the ground at USC's recruiting circle that says they believe Michigan leads. Well, guess what? That weekend just happened, and I don't believe USC took the lead from us. And get this, Marco Jones is going to be deciding early July, so I'm locking that in. I feel good about it. I do know Texas is a threat. We will have to see how that goes. Of course, obviously, even if I lock in, it doesn't mean it's absolutely going to happen, although so far I've been batting 1,000. I'm 10 for 10 on all my locks. But I feel good enough to put this in because I do think he will be a Michigan Wolverine. This isn't just based off of a guess either. There's some reasons why I feel good about it. There's also some sources from Texas who may think Michigan leads. So I'll leave it there as I can't give away certain things. But lock them in. So now we're up to, I think I got, let's see, how many do I have pending right now? I have, let's see, I got to get my Excel sheet. So apologies now. Let's see, where am I at with my pending locks? I am currently at 6 pending locks. Andrew Olish, Hardy Watts, Philip Wright, Marco Jones, and Andrew Marsh. And there's one other one which we will talk about here shortly. But let's get it.
Absolutely. Wow. And we do have Mark Rogers, voice of college football, in chat. He's doing a little fact checking of some people. So thanks for Mark for stopping by and supporting. Owner of this. He makes all this possible, the whole network. So we do appreciate that. To your point, TJ, Justin has just given a $5 super chat. Thank you, Justin. Can we land Marsh, Philip Wright, and Taz Williams?
All right, so here's where I'm at with that. And we are going to talk about Taz Williams. So I guess, well, hey, guess what? Guess what, Justin? We'll break it in early. How about that? So I do think we get Marsh. I do think we get Philip Wright. And don't forget, we got Jacob Washington, okay? Now, Taz Williams. There's some smoke with Penn State right now. Now, do I think do I think Michigan's in a good position? I do. Do I think Taz Williams loves Michigan? I do. I think Taz Williams might be a little, I think the class number in terms of the wide receivers we're bringing in might be giving him second thoughts. I think he sees Jacob Washington. I'm sure he's aware of Philip Wright, and I know he's aware of Andrew Marsh because they were on this official visit together. So I think he might be thinking, I want more opportunity. I don't know what he's thinking. I'm not even going to assume because I don't know what he's thinking, but I do know there's some smoke with Penn State, and there seems to be maybe he's trending that way. It's a little too early to fully call it, but we'll see. I do know it's looking like we're still in the battle. It's not done. It's not a lock. He's not in the class. It's just right now some things are transpiring with Penn State. So be on the lookout.
It's feeling Penn State. He visited Penn State a week before Michigan. So that still isn't. Those two are pretty fresh in his mind. It's just not, the tea leaves aren't looking good with that one, but there are some other updates in this list too. And Davison is one that has been talked about repeatedly because Ohio State, he was trending Ohio State for a bit. Then then Oregon and Michigan started gaining. And then there was this thing about Davison weighing 240 pounds because Ohio State was bitter. They might be losing the commitment now to Oregon or Michigan. What's happening with Davison? Can we just learn a little more here?
John, I don't think I didn't send you that photo of Jordan Davison, did I? I didn't, did I?
At the Oregon.
I gotta dunk on these losers, all right, bro. Like I cannot understand the freaking disrespect, bro. Like, so are we able? All right, so we have it up here. This is Jordan Davison at his Oregon official visit. Does that look like a 240-pound running back to you? No, that does not look like a 240-pound running back. Why do they got to make excuses as to why something is happening in a recruitment? Michigan, for one, is not offering the biggest bag. They're not. Oregon is. Two, he's not 240. Why would you disrespect the kid like that? And not only that, you don't think Michigan weighed him on his official visit? So, listen, again, what did Sam Webb say? Ryan Day is a walking excuse. That entire freaking program are excuse makers, bro. Like, it's wild, dude. They can't lose at anything. It's always something else. Oh, Michigan's up in its bag to try and get one over Michigan. Oh, he's 240 pounds. Shut up. Like, you're full of it, dude. But anyways, no. So here's the deal with Jordan Davison. It's now a Michigan-Oregon battle. I'm going to be honest, though. I do think Oregon's going to probably land them. That's just the reality.
I think so, too.
I'll tell you what, though. Michigan's got a good running back class for this year. It's all good. But, I think and the truth is this, though. OSU did cool on him, though. Like, that's not a lie. OSU did cool on him. And I do believe, because I've kind of gotten some word on this. I'll share a little something here. Michigan tried to get Jordan Davison to close a week or two ago, and they couldn't do it, okay? Which is why they then took what's his name? We just got him. Jordan Davison. Or not Jordan Davison. Who just committed? Why can't I think of his name right now? Johnson, right?
Yeah, Johnson.
Yeah, all right. So they closed on that because they wanted to make sure they got their guy, Donovan Johnson. My bad. Names are new. But they tried to close on Jordan Davison, and they didn't, he wanted to keep things open, right? So Ohio State tried to do something similar with closing, and it just kind of, so they kind of faded on it. They did. Ohio State did fade on it. It ain't because of 240 pounds though. That's bullshit. So so what we're looking at now is we have a Michigan-Oregon battle, and Oregon is offering the highest bag right now. That's just what it is. I'm not saying this kid is a bag chaser. I'm not like, that's none of that. I'm not even throwing that out there. I'm just simply stating the dynamic of the recruitment, and we'll see where it goes. We'll see if Michigan really is willing to push. Obviously, the OSU insiders, I'm sure people saw these reports saying Michigan is willing to be very aggressive with their NIL for him. We'll see. Although if I had to call it at this moment, at this second, I would say it's probably going to go to Oregon.
Yeah,
But yeah, so all right, we
that's
can.
what it's looking like.
I'll keep hitting it, John, so we can get through because we're going right at hour 2 minutes. So Taz Williams, as we hit on Penn State, it's kind of what it is. I mean, listen, we're not out of the fight. We're still in the fight. We'll have to see how it develops, but I'm looking at Penn State here. And then our next recruit we'll hit on is Jerome Miles. This is a big one, guys. Like, this is very interesting recruit. So Jerome Miles is the 5-star wide receiver who decommitted from Ole Miss. And guess what? He plans on coming to the Big House for the barbecue in July. Like I said, so you guys thought Victor Weekend was big. Barbecue at the Big House is just as big, if not bigger, because it has to do with the class of 26. So this kid is going to be coming here, and guess what? Carter Smith's going to be there. Brady Hart's going to be there. Andrew Marsh is going to be there. Nate Marshall's going to be there. I think Jalen Williams. It's going to be the who's who, bro. It's going to be all the big dogs. And so be on the lookout for that. We will have more as it leads up to the barbecue at the Big House. Jerome Miles, 5-star wide receiver, decommitted from Ole Miss, has interest in Michigan. Obviously there will be other teams who are interested in Jerome Miles, so we'll see what happens there. So, I'm just excited about that recruitment. I find it very interesting. Then we'll get to Andrew Olesh. Listen, this is one of my locks, guys. The Michigan already led coming into the weekend, and they crushed it. They crushed it. He's going to be deciding. Let's see, do I have it? He's going to be deciding in about July 1. Early July. I'll say early July because I don't know if I have the exact date correct, but early July he's deciding. That's a lock for me. Put money on it. Don't put your mortgage on it though. Gambling can be bad.
Be smart. Be smart. Yeah.
Be smart with your bets. But I feel very good about Andrew Olesh. Excellent player. I cannot wait to do a breakdown on him, man, because he's a cornerstone elite player. And then here's the big dog. Everyone saw the official visit pictures. This kid is just a freak, bro. This is they are offering Nathaniel Owusu Boateng an opportunity to play early because they are saying, listen, I got Jay Shaw Barnum and Ernest Hausman, who's not going to be here very long, and there's going to be opportunity for you to get on the field very early. And guess what? Michigan hit a home run this weekend. They crushed that shit. Everyone saw it too. That's what's so funny about it is like you could just tell by the way he was just promoting the weekend. Like he just loved it, bro. And he also, his quotes, anyone saw his quotes, they're amazing. Like, this place is special, which, yeah, you get that type of generic stuff, but he also was talking about he was talking about how this is the best. This one has stuck out. None of them have been like this. None have been as special as this. None of this has been as great as this. And not only that, Wink Martindale, Brian Jean Marie, Sherrone Moore, full court press, they're doing everything. Also, very important to know this. He is an IMG Academy kid. We just landed Strayhorn, IMG Academy kid. Exactly, the IMG pipeline. Also, Johnson, who's the running back for IMG, they're full court pressing them. This is all hands on deck. And I'm going to tell you right now, out of the weekend, as of Tuesday, June 25th, Michigan is the leader for him as we speak. We are number one. Now, caution. This kid is a Notre Dame. His brother played for Notre Dame. He was a heavy Notre Dame lean coming into the weekend. We got to be aware of what is known as the official visit glow. Okay, so sometimes kids get really hot after an official visit, and then things cool weeks to months later. So we got to be mindful. So the next thing to watch for him is, one, his reciprocation to not only the other commits who are also full court pressing, but when is he going to come back on campus? When will we see him come? And maybe is it the barbecue at the Big House? We'll find out. Like that picture right there, by the way, that picture right there is just nasty, bro. But yeah. So listen, I'm saying we lead. I feel confident that we lead, but we have to be very mindful that Notre Dame is going to be going very aggressive for him, and for obvious reasons. Because this kid is nasty, like elite, like probably the most elite linebacker, even better than Junior Colson. Okay, just. Like obviously Devin Bush, right? But I'm talking about just like as a prospect coming out of high school. Devin Bush was a 3-star, so or like some had him as like a low 4, but whatever. The point being is, listen, this is a recruitment we have got to watch, and don't get too attached yet. Just it looks good, but just don't let Marquise Davis hurt your heart, okay? Because I'm still healing from that one. So I'm just letting you guys know a little word of caution. And then lastly,
I see the note from D-Rock Irish saying not so fast or whatever. But what would pull him away from Notre Dame and into Michigan?
Let me hit on Steve. Keep the receipts, son. I'm 10 for 10. And anyone who knows or anyone who's been watching, I'm good money, bro. I've come through on listen, I've said it. I won't bat 1,000 forever.
He's not going to bat 1,000 at the end of the show, I don't think. So
yeah, I'm going to take an L very soon. Actually, I'm going to take my first L in my first one, and we'll hit on that. But
So what is going to get him to Michigan versus Notre Dame? Is our bag bigger than Notre Dame? I guess that's my question first.
Oh, I don't know. Notre Dame's offering. I can't say that. I have no idea what Notre Dame's offer is. I'll say this though. I know Michigan's aggressive with their offer. I know that they have developed a package for him that is a very aggressive offer. He's not the only one either. There's other kids who have more, there's other kids who got, there's tiers of this, right? So, but Michigan needs to just keep doing what they're doing. Listen, here's what he loves. He loves that Wink Martindale's from the Baltimore Ravens system. He loves the early playing time angle of it. He loves the culture. He loves that it's a player-led team. He loves that he was able to watch practice and saw that these kids, the way that they were just focused without the coaches being around, doing stuff after practice, player-led, which I hit on. But he loves the program, bro. He loves the program. He loves the defensive scheme, and he loves the university. And those are so key. And he loves the coaches. On top of that, you now have competitive NIL. So this is how you win these type of recruitments. He's literally bought into what Michigan is. They just got to keep doing what they're doing. Let me see. Does he have a decision? Let's see. No, I don't have a commitment date for him. So we'll have to. It'll be to be determined, bro. But they just got to keep doing what they're doing. The next thing for them is get him back on campus. That is the next critical step for him. So we'll see where it goes. We'll be on top of it. And then our last
one more.
Go on, John.
One more, and then you got Kamar.
Yeah, Kamar. All right, Kamar. All right. So Kamar Archie was here this weekend. I'm a fan of Kamar Archie. I like Kamar Archie. It is a Clemson-Rutgers battle. I know you're like, Rutgers. Well, believe it or not, apparently, where it is, Rutgers is actually giving a pretty aggressive NIL throw at him. So Rutgers is in the NIL game, boys.
It's second highest recruiting budget in the Big Ten.
Really?
Now, that was before USC, Oregon. This was a year ago, but I was like, what? Wait a minute. Rutgers is the second highest recruiting budget?
Is Rutgers in the top 10? I think they're in the top 10, right, at the moment?
Yeah, but they got a crazy quantity of 3 stars right now, which can, that's how it's weighted. It's
Yeah.
But still, hey, Rutgers, listen, we shit on Rutgers a lot, but let's be honest, they're getting a little respectable, a little. It's still Rutgers, but there's some fight with them, so we'll see what they do. And plus everyone got the new media contract, so we'll see what the deal is.
And Rutgers is has a super easy schedule. I just want to throw that out there. I would not be surprised if they got to 9 wins.
Well,
I have to look at it. But all right,
they're killing it. They're doing great for Rutgers, and Schiano is he was the right guy for the job. Anybody else that might be a 2-10 program consistently still, but Schiano was able to get them to some respect. So this has been made. This has been asked in the comments by people of lots of different teams, not just Michigan fans. But what's going on with Maxwell Roy?
Okay, let me just close on. I will hit on Maxwell Roy. I'll just close on Archie. Listen, Archie had a good weekend. We're in it. We're in the battle. I don't have a leader right now. I do know that Michigan is aggressively, and I don't mean NIL. I just mean aggressively trying to recruit him to the program. They want him in the program. And I think we're going to have to take a wait and see approach on him. And I'm just letting everybody know it's a Clemson, Rutgers, Michigan battle as it stands. And to my guy, we were talking about Rutgers, and he goes, well, Rutgers is getting 4 stars. They have 6 of them, but they also have key point 22 3-stars. That is going to raise your total points. Okay. It's nice to have 6 blue chip players. It's obviously probably higher than Rutgers typically does. I haven't looked at Rutgers the last 4 years of recruiting. But the point is, they have 28 kids already in their class, which is why they are where they are. That matters. I promise you, by December, they will not be probably in the top 20 or 25. So, but anyways, let's talk about our boy Maxwell Roy. This is a very big topic. This is the hot topic of maybe the hour. All right, so this is my first L, boys, and it hasn't happened yet. So who knows? Maybe there'll be I don't know. Maybe there'll be something that changes it. But here's what happened. I'll break it all down and why. I'll put why. Why did I lock it? Why? What happened and why it changed? I locked it because he was a silent. He silently committed to Michigan. I locked this in 3 weeks ago. Like, I've had this lock in for a long time, and I've been telling everybody I feel real good about Maxwell Roy. Well, within the last 24 hours, OSU has aggressively, through NIL efforts. And this isn't like, oh, we lost a recruit because of NIL. No, OSU literally aggressively has offered more money than Michigan. And he's going to be going to Ohio State. He's training Ohio State. It's not public yet. It's not official. But so when it happens, I will take my first L. I don't know. And he's looking to commit, I believe, this week. So we're going to get if it's not this week, it will be next week. I do think it is this week. So we're going to be getting that result. And then I will be 10-1. So I apologize. My intent is to not do that. But listen, if a kid's a silent, I'm not going to not lock it in, bro. Like it's what it is, man. So
yeah, early next week.
Yeah. So, it's going to happen. This is recruiting, like you literally can have a player you feel is a lock, and all it takes is a phone call. It's like, it is that, so it is what it is. Hey, OSU, he's a good player. Now there might be some people. I got this comment on Twitter. Well, are we going to look for other defensive tackles? What does this mean? Well, do not forget Bobby Kinka is also a 3 tech, and he plays the same position as Maxwell Roy. Bobby Kinka is a little more, could be moved a little bit more on the defensive line, but so we already have a 4-star in his place. We were looking to get Maxwell Roy also. I don't have any defensive tackle targets for anybody right now. I'm actually curious if Michigan's going to be circling to like a true nose tackle, because there are no true nose tackle targets right now. They usually like to take 1 per year. So I think what we're going to need to pay attention to is thank you, Roy. I appreciate you. I think what we're going to need to pay attention to is late senior risers, and also the camp circuit on what players stand out, things of that nature. Michigan, listen, the recruits that we're in on now, there's going to be a new bucket of players with senior risers, as well as this summer's camp circuit. So even if we swing and miss, guys, there's going to be more, and we will have it covered. I promise that. So listen, OSU will give you your flowers when you get your flowers. You're getting a good player. You stole one. You beat Michigan for him. Good for you. We don't have to say he's 375 pounds, though. You just happen to win a recruitment. So I'm happy for you. You get your offseason victory. Ferris, do we have the trophy? Do we have the trophy available?
I'll pull up the trophy in a couple minutes then. Yeah, I don't have it handy right now, but
we got a present for the OSU fans.
We've got an off-season trophy.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
I just want to kind of point out one thing first. 10 out of 11 so far, right? Is that correct?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, as of today,
pretty damn good.
You're batting.
Yeah, it's still 10 to 10 till next week.
And actually, hey, I'll drop something right now. I didn't even put this in the show notes. I fully expect us to get another commitment this week, and that's a lock. He's already locked, by the way. So stay tuned. I'm not going to say when it is. I'm not going to say who it is. But this week we should be getting a player. So that will then make me 11-11. But then next week, I'll take my first L.
Okay, so I will get the off-season trophy championship in a minute, but I also wanted to ask about Marquise Davis. He was not a lock with you, correct?
No, I didn't know. I just was in love with him. I did not lock him in. Nope.
Okay.
Not a
lock.
lock.
So I just want to clarify, because I think some people were saying, "Oh, he already lost one," but no.
We had a couple of people from that team down south with their off-season victories.
Never locked. My lock. Here's my lock list. We have it all charted in an Excel sheet. Kainoa Winston, Jalen Williams, Nate Marshall, Avery Gash, Amir Hall, Wesley Walker, Ricky Johnson, Jaden Mangum, Caden Strayhorn, Chase Taylor, and pending for those who want to keep count, Andrew Olish, he will be a lock. Hardy Watts, he will be a lock. A player I'm not going to name because he's probably committing this week, and I do feel good about that. Marco Jones and Andrew Marsh and Maxwell Roy, who I will be taking my first though. That's my lock list. Keep it, write it down. Maybe we should make a graphic so we can keep track of it together. But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, look,
with that, Justin, sorry, this is now a little bit wishful thinking, but we'll read the super chat anyway. Maxwell Roy and Kenka in the middle will be the next Grant and Graham. Wouldn't that be nice?
You know what though? Hey, listen, Jalen Williams may move in the middle. He has some flexibility. He may move in the middle, and you may have a Bobby Kenka, Jalen Williams, and guess what? That is just as nasty. It just would have been great to get Maxwell Roy. But listen, there could be a player who shakes from the tree. It's not over yet. Our class is only at 11 right now, or I don't even know what our class is. I can find out. I got it right here.
14.
Is it 14? It's 12. We're at 12 right now. So we have 9 4-stars, 3 3-stars.
All right.
So I got my depth chart. So yeah, listen, we're at 14. They're going to take another 10 or so kids. So, we'll see how it goes, man. And look, I'm going to say this too. Listen, I'm not all knowing, and I'm not going to bat 1,000, but I'm going to give my best effort to give you guys the most accurate information I can. And listen, let me just say this too. For anyone who wants to be like, oh shit, he's wrong. What does he know? The best in the game from Steve Wilfong, and I'm not them, by the way. I'm not them. Sam Webb, I'm not Sam Webb. Listen, everyone swings and misses, bro. It's going to happen. I'm giving you the best intel I possibly can from my knowledge and from what I'm aware of. That's it. And if I happen to miss, it happens. I'm still going to do my best for everybody. I'm also not going to bring any bullshit to the channel. I'm not going to push anything for content, and we'll see how it goes, bro. The goal for me, so because Ferris and John told me to start kind of tracking this. Let's see where I am at the end of the class year, and then what we'll do is every class for the future years, we'll just keep a tally. We'll see what my record is each year. We'll see what my cumulative or my total sum is over the coming years. So we'll have fun with it, and I'm sure we'll evolve it too. So it'll be more fun for everybody. But that's where we are with it.
I actually, the Bull, who's a YouTube member, asked this, and this Stanford versus Michigan battle for Babalola. Is it still trending Stanford, we think, or it seemed like Michigan was making a push?
Yeah, I'll say this. It's too close for me to give it a call. I think, listen, Michigan's in it. It's this is a battle. I know the Will Fong report. He said there's some buzz or a late surge from Michigan. I personally have no info on this. Only thing I know is it is a 2-man race right now. Michigan did a great job when he was on his official visit, and we're in the race. And that's where you want to be. It is June, guys. So let's see can we get Balboa back on campus for either a game or the barbecue or the big house? These are the next. So where we are now, all the kids who did their official visits, the next steps for Michigan are going to be barbecue at the big house. And if they don't come for barbecue at the big house, come for a game. That is the next step. And then also, what type of, anyone who's into the social, because there's a large group of people who follow recruiting and they're into the social media interactions. Let's see and observe how they react on social media, because believe it or not, some of these kids are very cryptic and very intentional, and you can get tells. So it'll be fun. And we will have it all covered every week on Michigan Football, the voice of college football.
I'm gonna just put this up in lieu of the because we don't want to spill into the Oregon show, so we're just gonna give a shout out quick to snhu.edu at VOCFB. If you want to go to SNHU, just look into them if you want to turn sports into a career. And the link is right there. It's our new sponsor, so we appreciate them for sponsoring Voice of College Football. Okay. So we still got 2 more topics. So we're just going to knock through these here. So no one knows anything. There have been whispers from multiple friends of the program, like Isaiah Hole is a friend of the program, and Chris Ballas. And others, and they've been kind of reporting the bits and pieces that they hear. That the Connor Stalions NCAA investigation may not be headed for multi-years of wins vacated, Natty vacated, like some people are hoping, might be a little bit more easy of a punishment than that. Do we know the extent of what it is yet? No. Do we know when it's coming out? No. But it does seem like they were not able to find a link, an evidentiary link between Connor Stalions and the rest of the Michigan staff knowing about what Connor Stalions was doing with the hiring friends to take iPhone footage. And because of that, and because Central Michigan, which was really the only sort of possibility there to an actual NCAA violation, they're not talking because Connor Stalions allegedly was moonlighting over at CMU and helping them out. So because of that, they just couldn't. They have not, from what we've seen, haven't found anything yet to violate 11.6.1, which is the bylaw that was essentially full-time staff can't go to games and scout in that particular way. So they found a loophole. And Stalions was very, eager to prove himself, but we don't have the evidentiary proof to throw the hammer as certain fans have been hoping. So once we hear the official word, I promise you we will do an emergency broadcast when we get the official word.
Yep.
Yeah, and one thing we don't do is we don't wildly speculate. Once we get the information, we'll let everybody know. We'd rather be accurate than first with respect to this.
100%. And I'll say this: I got some info on that CMU situation, but I'm not saying a damn word publicly until that notice of allegations is public. And so I'm going to leave it there. But I'll say this. I'll say this, and it's not speculation. There are those in the Michigan circle who feel okay, like they feel good about the direction of things, and we just have to find out, though, because I agree, we have no idea what's going to be in the notice of allegations. We have no idea the angle or the level of penalties, although it is, many feel it's not going to be as severe and as harsh, but I can't confirm it. I have no idea what's written in it. You guys are, just as you guys have said, we're not in a position where we can say anything until it's public. Like we are going to be, just as you guys watching the show, we are in a position where we have to wait and see, is where we are. Now, the only thing I can share that I know is that there are, from the Michigan side, feel confident that it's not going to be to the level that many rivals and other media people wanted it to be. So that's where we are. So we're going to find out when it comes out. And when it does come out, as John said, we will have a show for you. And we'll break it down, man.
Isaiah Hole, Chris Ballas, others. At least 2 legitimate sources. There you go, Steve.
It depends, though. Like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about what I know about CMU? That's something I'm not sharing with you, my source. But what we're talking about, where this information is coming from, is from other sources are talking about that this is there are people within the Michigan beat who are saying it's coming soon. So that's not us reporting that. We're reporting what is being reported from others. But in terms of my intel on the CMU thing, yeah, I feel damn good about what I know about that. Now, listen, I don't know the full thing, but I know a little bit about it where there's a reason. Let's just say I'll wait till the NOA comes out.
Okay.
There's a reason for
one comment I'll just make about Stalions. Yeah. It would be very hard for Stalions to be both a super genius and a total idiot at the same time. So some of the logic you have to kind of, if you say that Stalions was the mastermind of some super elaborate scheme, then you have to call him a super genius. But then he's dumb enough to be on the sideline, with glasses on when he knows that a TV camera is going to be on him. I mean, it's just the pretzel logic is very difficult for me to understand. That's all I'll say. I don't have any inside information.
So with we only have a few minutes left, so we might as well crown Ohio State for getting another offseason win here with the college football 2025. Ferris, do we have the trophy? There it is. Okay.
Yes, I have.
Congratulations.
I have two trophies that I had AI create for us. Hope you all like that, especially you Ohio State fans. I know the trophy case has been dusty the last couple of years. There hasn't been anything in 2021, 22, and 23. But how about paper champions, origami OSU paper champions of the 2024 offseason? Let me know if you like the one on the left or the one on the right. The one on the right kind of looks like a football to me. So,
and the reason we're bringing this up is because Ohio State was named the 4th hardest place to play, Michigan the 16th by EA College Football 2025.
Yes, and that does add to the paper championship credentials for OSU. We can put that right on the trophy along with the number of stars, star ratings of their players, recruiting class. Getting rid of Honda McCord apparently is a plus.
Yeah.
Addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
So
Howard, Will Howard.
60% Will Howard. Good job, guys. We're proud. Hey, hats off. Also, what was Michigan ranked on that EA? The EA.
So I think EA was 16, or it was number 16, was it? Or?
I thought it was 14. Whatever. So 14, you're telling me the team that is 22-0 since 2001 or 2021. And the team that is 47-6 since 2016 is ranked 14th in home field advantage. That's funny, man. Undefeated in the last 3 years and only 6 losses since 2016. Like, what are we doing? But whatever. Hey, the game's still gonna be great. We're still gonna get it, but I'm gonna call bullshit on those rankings. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I think there's a difference between volume, atmosphere, the game day experience, and intimidation for the opponents, and so maybe a lot of that is subjective.
Have you seen our night games? I mean, have you? And are we not like? How about this? Come to Michigan and beat us, because I haven't seen it in 3 years. And guess what? Oregon, USC, y'all get Texas. We'll see what the deal is.
All right. Well, please go ahead and share. You can kind of go backwards, do a screenshot. You can share the origami OSU trophies with your friends.
Yeah. Shout out to OSU for your offseason championship. We're proud of you guys.
Yeah, but on a serious note, we do have some Ohio State fans in here that are legit, that are cool, that are interacting with everybody, and we love those guys for just chopping it up and taking this on the chin. Because so sometimes we go over and we go over to the Buckeye channels and we communicate with the community and try to do the same thing, and it's always a great time and get that intel on each other. It's never a bad thing to learn more, right? With that said, we got 2 more super chats. Thank you to Blue Wolverine for $4.99. Even if Michigan is punished, Michigan fans will not even come close to crying as much as OSU and MSU fans have. So many tears are flowing daily. Let the tears flow. Love it.
Yeah. Hey, John, did you get the super sticker from Michael Jones? Did you already do that? Here, I'll pull it up.
I did.
Pull
it up again.
Hey, shout out Michael Jones. We appreciate you, man. Yeah, my bad if I missed it. But everybody who's contributing to the channel, everyone who's now a member, we just gained a lot of members, and everyone watching, we have a lot of people watching from all various platforms, from Twitch to X to YouTube. Shout out to everybody. We appreciate it, man. And thanks for joining the community and being a part of this, because I think I'm speaking for not only Ferris and John, but tonight's show with the engagement in the comments, it's a lot of fun for us, and I hope you guys continue to partake in the voice of college football and join us leading up to kickoff, because the things that we're going to have planned for everybody is, as you can see with the off-season champions, as you can see with the Chase Down Tracker, we're only just getting started. So stay tuned.
It's true. And thank you, Blue Wolverine. Blue Wolverine is another one who goes hard in the paint, not just on this show, but he goes over to the Buckeyes and he chops it up with the Buckeyes. He has no fear.
There you go. He lets them know the deal. That's all good.
Justin has been crushing it tonight. Moose, definitely thank you to Moose, but Justin has been he's been not just a member, but he's been super chatting all freaking show. Thank you, man. Justin. Connor Stalions was recruiting our new defensive line coach at CMU last year. He was playing a little 5D chess.
Listen, man. He wrote the Michigan Manifesto, okay? Like, this guy is definitely a 5D chess player. He had the vision for the next 10 to 15 years, and maybe some people are talking. He might have slid that manifesto to Sherrone Moore. You know, we'll see. We'll find out. But if you think the recent trend in recruiting is a coincidence, I'm just telling you. Might have been some blueprints in there.
They just keep coming, guys. Drufus, go blue. You boys smash, lock it in. So we need some Stalions emojis in the chat, and we need some smash emojis in the chat for Drufus's super chat right there.
Shout out Drufus, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I want to put up the image one more time. Let's see if I can find it again. So we probably will need to change this effective very soon. But we are gaining on Ohio State. If you have not subscribed to our channel yet, what are you doing? We've got content every single day. We've got Ferris has smashed the numbers. We got TJ's recruiting videos. We got a show called Point a Minute with Cliff and Mac that are they're crushing it. And we've got our shows every week, Tuesday and Thursday. So subscribe and hit that bell so you know when the shows and the content are happening.
Absolutely, bro. And let's see where we are next week on this graphic, man. You know, let's see how much ground we make. Let's see how long does it take for us to catch OSU. I'm hoping we catch them by start of the year, to be honest with you. That's my goal.
TJ, I think it was more than 1,000, right? Just last week.
Absolutely, it was more than 1,000. The channel is growing, bro. We are climbing the mountain right now. I'm telling you, the feedback. I know I mentioned it throughout the show, but the feedback from all of you guys in the comments, giving suggestions and recommendations, or even just compliments, we appreciate it. The amount of subscribers we've been getting, we're getting a lot we're breaking new numbers daily right now. On our socials, I mean, I just eclipsed a new milestone. We are getting a bunch of love and appreciation from all. Like, listen, man, we appreciate it. We will remain mindful and humble. We are just going to keep going, bro. We are climbing the mountain, not only as a channel, but as a network. And you guys are all along with us. And I do promise this. I'll promise this. As we grow and build, this will be better for all of us, dude. Like, that's what we're going at with it. It's going to be better for the fans, the viewers, and then not only that, the network as a whole. And we have more and more to come. And even there's not even the plans that we have for the next, we'll say 6 months, even though it goes beyond that. It's only just the beginning. So we'll see where it goes, but let's keep climbing. That's where we're at. Thank you,
There
Justin.
it is. And of course, Blue Wolverine throwing up the last 3 Ohio State Michigan games scores. So thank you for that, Blue Wolverine. I know you can't see it on here, but if you're in chat, check it out. We got some fun emojis, guys. I mean, we really we took some community feedback. The 3 of us shot the shit, and we were like, this would be pretty funny. So it was kind of a mix of all of it. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thank you, Mark.
TJ is killing it. Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, shout out to all you guys, man. For real. Shout out to all
All
you
right.
guys. Like, what a show tonight, John, huh? What a show.
I'll tell
What do you think, Ferris? What a show? Did the Wolverine Nation come out tonight, bro? That's what I'm talking about.
Showed up, showed out.
And we're doing this. Can you imagine what it's going to be like?
It's freaking June, boys.
Before and after the
Tell everybody. Just tell everybody, because you're going to get some good insight as we get closer to the season. That's my mother. Thank you, Lady Lake Music, who provides the intro song when we do our opening. The music that you hear is from David Martinez, who's one of her artists. So thank you to her and everybody for coming out tonight and being part of this. We got another super chat. Thank you,
Let's go,
Justin.
Justin.
Two bucks. Let's go.
Hey, Justin, I promise you, bro, we will be back next week, man. Like, we will be back. Hey, and the Thursday call-in show. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, man.
So yeah, I do think it's time for final thoughts and where can people find you, and we'll start with Ferris. What do you got coming up on Smash the Numbers, or what's going on over there?
Tomorrow morning we will have a new edition of Smash the Numbers. All of the stuff that TJ talked about today will be covered but the angle I'll be looking at is depth chart year to year to year. So I already produced a video just before this. So look for that tomorrow morning. If you can't get enough, and I know we went almost hour and 47 minutes. I see
it's so much to talk about, and then everybody was so generous.
You want to keep doing recruiting stuff. I've got a different angle on it in terms of the depth chart. 9 a.m. tomorrow.
There you go. So check it out and hit that bell so you get notified when Ferris's new video's live. So subscribe and hit that bell. Yet another reason to do that. Ferris, thanks as always for bringing your analysis and everything else to the show. And we'll see you next time.
Go Blue.
Go Blue. Okay, TJ. Wow. Thank you for everything you bring to the show, man, and all your recruiting knowledge. You and I and Ferris will all be on the member hangout tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern with our $4.99 and up members. We're going to do a hangout. But then you got your show on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tell people about that.
Yeah. So Justin, I see you call-in numbers. So here's how we do the call-in show for anybody who's new. Please call in because this show is a blast. Like, we really have a great time talking with all the fans. I have a guest on every week. My guest this week is Darren Talks Ball. He was in the comments earlier. I don't know if he's here now. He's a certified ball knower. He will be my guest with me. We will be taking calls from you guys. And how it works is we provide a StreamYard link. You then use the StreamYard link and you can call in and we can do a virtual and you can show your face or not show your face. It doesn't matter. We're talking ball. We're talking recruiting. We're talking team. We're talking college football as a whole, Big Ten, rivals. It doesn't matter. Any topic you want to bring it. If there is like something breaking or whatever, I'll open up with an intro and hit on it for a little bit. But then after that, it's open lines. And we literally just talk ball. It's June. The season is 2 months away, but there's so much to talk about always. It's Michigan. And it's a blast, man. Like, we have not had one call-in show that wasn't they last for 2 hours. They go for 2 hours. We have multiple, sometimes we can't get to all of them. My goal is to, as the lines grow, to maybe shorten. Some of the phone calls go for about 10 minutes or so or more, but as the lines grow, I'm going to make sure we get everybody in because we've lost some people in the last couple of shows. So I don't want to do that. I don't want to be losing anybody. But it's a great time, man. So Thursday night, 8 p.m. We also have a new thumbnail for that, so be on the lookout, and we will definitely be getting it.
There it is. Well, we'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we appreciate everything you do for the channel, TJ.
Yeah, thank you, man. Hey, it's a team effort, and that's where it's at. We have a great team. Ferris, appreciate you, bro. Like, honestly, Ferris, man, I love Ferris. John, you're the shit, bro. You're the best. You are the best host in the network, and that's not even like some bull. I appreciate it. And then team effort, the moderators, shout out to you guys, our fans, our day ones, bro. Like, obviously Moose and the crew, Tom, everybody, Dependent Fanatic, all of you guys, Ralph, all you guys. Justin's sounding like he's about to be a new homie, bro. He's about to be with the crew for a minute, so we appreciate that. It's just team effort, guys, and like, we appreciate all of you, and couldn't be happier with the direction of the channel right now.
Likewise, man. So yeah, see you tomorrow night for the monthly member hangout.
Yeah, dude, see you tomorrow. All right, go Blue.
Go Blue, TJ. That's right, folks. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. If you are a those who stay $4.99 member or up, you can join us for our first ever monthly member hangout with TJ, Ferris, and myself. And this is the link right here. So you still have another 21 or 20 or so hours to become a member at the $4.99 tier and up. Everybody who Moose gifted a membership to gets to go to the show too, because you're all $4.99 members. So thank you to Moose again for being the MVP and gifting 5 those who stay memberships. It will be through StreamYard. So we'll put you'll see when you go back to your to the channel, you'll now notice as a member you get to see special posts. I've posted the link that you'll go to tomorrow night, and I'll post it again tomorrow. You're just going to click that StreamYard link. I think we'll have about 10 people that will be able to be on screen, and then another 10 can be just chilling, chatting in private chat. But we're going to have it all in StreamYard. We're not broadcasting it because that way we can actually watch games, right? We can watch like game highlights. So we can get to know each other. We can talk recruiting. We can talk whatever the hell you want. And then we can watch some ball. So I'm pretty excited about that. $4.99 and up, monthly member hangout. The Thursday night call-in show with TJ, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And coming up next here at the Voice of College Football Network is Oregon Ducks Live in 6 minutes, where Big Ten Ted and Exploring with Ben and everybody over at the Oregon channel will be breaking stuff down. So it's Oregon Ducks Live coming just 5 minutes. Go support them. Give them a like. Tell them John, TJ, and Ferris sent you over at the Michigan channel. And go support and learn a little bit more about Oregon, because look, they're going to be Big Ten members. So they're gonna be joining us and beating Ohio State on a regular basis. I hope they did it once. Let's see if they can do it again. And join Oregon Ducks Live in just a couple of minutes. Until next time, my name's John Diadamo. I was your host. You can follow me on Twix at John Diadamo. And thanks to everybody for coming by. And we'll see everybody who's a member at $4.99 up tomorrow night. And we'll see everybody Thursday at 8 for the call-in show. And until next time, go blue, and we'll see you.